What's happening, Reject Nation? Greg Alba here.
And it's John Humphrey over here.
So we're going to watch today the trailer for I Love You, Daddy.
Oh, boy.
It's a Louis C.K. starring in it, wrote it, and directed it.
And he probably edited it, too, because that's what he does.
And if you're expecting it to be hilarious, it's probably going to be very dark.
My guess
knowing
is that
the way
it won't be.
Louis likes to make his material. Yeah.
Yeah.
China wants to come and live with me for the rest of her senior year.
Of course she wants to come live with you. You have a giant apartment, and you have the Hamptons and the plane.
None of that is my fault. You divorced me while I was a loser, so you lost.
Can we get the check?
You having a good time?
Hey, Teddy, is it okay if I stay here for a few more days?
Let me think about it and then we'll talk later, okay?
I love you.
I love you too. Have you thought at all about what you're gonna do
Whoa.
with your life?
I don't know, Daddy.
We'll talk about it, okay?
Okay, I love you.
I love you.
A girl that age is getting into trouble, and if she loves her daddy, that means you're doing nothing.
Is that your girlfriend?
Oh, God. No, that's my daughter, China.
Oh, wow, she's gorgeous.
That's Leslie Goodwin. I've wanted to meet him my whole life. I'll be the best filmmaker of the last 30 years or more.
Okay, well, he also dates really young women, and he's what, like 80 years old?
Hi, I'm Leslie.
Hi.
Firing your lead actress and hiring a pregnant movie star
Sorry, that's what's called for.
called for by
Me?
Who the man takes charge.
Shut up, Ralph. You're with Leslie Goodwin?
Isn't that weird?
Well, it's not that weird. He likes young girls.
Yes, he does.
China.
Diopter.
She is a child. She knows nothing. She's like a Disney princess on estrogen.
She could do a lot worse.
It's my daughter. China is a minor. A minor what?
I mean, everybody's a pervert. I'm a pervert. We're all perverts. Who cares?
Interesting. What a interesting time for this movie to get a trailer right now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
And given that Louis C.K. doesn't necessarily have the cleanest sexual history either.
No, not at all.
And also given the fact that he's kind of getting his Woody Allen on in this movie.
Yeah, he really is.
You know, if we're just going in a microcosmic way, I think Louis C.K. is a very talented writer, director, performer, etc. So, like, on that merit alone, I am interested. But yeah, this is a weird time for this movie to come out. Oh boy, I'm surprised kind of that this trailer is here.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't push this or anything like that after everything that's going on, because the whole... all that stuff with John Malkovich and Chloë Grace Moretz. I mean, Chloë Grace Moretz is I think she's 20 in real life, but she's playing a 16-year-old girl or something, right? She's playing a minor.
Yeah.
And with all the stories coming out beyond Harvey Weinstein, but all the actresses who are coming forward about their terrible experiences when they were minor, like Jennifer Lawrence, I heard her whole speech. Reese Witherspoon talking about it recently. A lot of actresses are talking about it. Maybe they thought, well, this is relevant, but to put it in like a comedic tone, very controversial.
Questionable taste for the current moment, and all I can wonder is, I don't know, is this movie going to take that character to task in any way?
How far are they going to go? Because Louis C.K. is not one to shy away from certain types of things, so I'm wondering, like, how far are they going to go?
Well, yeah,
with that specific storyline and that relationship. It's called I Love You, Daddy, and it seems like it's the central focus of this is his relationship with his daughter and what his daughter's doing.
Well,
so, yeah.
and she's also, you know, developing a love with a woman, with a guy who could be her father.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm sure that title is meant to play as a double entendre of sorts.
If I take out all the real life things that have been going on lately in the public, I can respect a lot of what I was seeing on here because it does have that Woody Allen-esque touch to it that I feel like a lot of comedians like to honor a lot of the time when they go into directing. And so it has that Woody Allen-esque touch, and I like that it's in black and white, and it just seems like overall the tone and the style of how he's shooting it is reminiscent of more classic old school Hollywood films. The fact that it's modern day with that type of cinematic style, I'm not sure whether or not why they didn't push this like later, because maybe by making it old school Hollywood is even showing how times really haven't changed all that much, because you hear horror stories of that type of sexual assault and abuse that would occur a lot in old school Hollywood. Maybe it's like kind of clever in showing that, hey, times really haven't changed in the way how things function. All the actors look great in it. I like when Chloë Grace Moretz does more daring roles like this. And Louis C.K. looks like he's doing a really good job. And actors like John Malkovich and Rose Byrne and Helen Hunt are all fantastic. And Charlie Day looks a little more subdued. He doesn't look as out there as he usually does. Yeah.
He'll probably have one good freak out moment.
Yeah, like he has to have that at least one time. I'm glad it doesn't just look like a dark movie. It's probably going to lean more on the darker comedy spectrum, as Louis C.K. likes to do with his actual storytelling abilities.
Yeah.
Pamela Adlon, who was played his wife in Lucky Louie,
and she's a big character.
She's a big character on Louie,
yeah.
And so they're frequent collaborators, or he tends to hire her. This seems like it could be a solid film in a lot of ways. I'm questioning the themes, and like you said, Louis C.K. has not been as much in the public eye, but I've heard stuff, you've heard stuff, celebrity gossip stuff has reported things about Louis C.K.,
Yeah, and there have been a few comedians around lately who have been like, hey, dude, like, respect, but also you got to set this stuff straight. Like, and I do think that it is important to acknowledge, like, problematic figures, because this is a hard debate. It's like, you don't necessarily have to hate everything that they do, but, I do think that he should rectify some of these things.
Which is can be very heartbreaking for me, because Louis C.K. is easily my favorite stand-up comedian. Easily.
And I mean, he brings a lot of nuance to the things that he works on, whether it's comedy or like, I got really into Louis partly because of the stylistic and the subject matter, the nuance with which he approaches all those things, and the discomforts of life that he tends to dive into. So on the one hand, I'm like, I'm not surprised that you've got these scandals. That's probably part of why you have the experience to talk the way that you do. But it does feel a little funny.
This seems like a world that he obviously has a good understanding of.
Yeah.
Hollywood, and then being a father is such a big part of what his stand-up is about, and even the show focuses a lot on him being a father. I could see this being a good film. It's just all the subject matter is just like, this is kind of an uncomfortable time for this comedy film to be coming out right now.
I don't know what to do now. Art from the artist, but also the world's messed up, and we can't tolerate certain things anymore. Push this back to April.
Well, for all we know, this could just be a meaningful film. For all we know, this could be something where you're like, this is a good representation of what Hollywood is like.
That's what I'm wondering.
Or it's nothing like the trailer, and
Well, I'm wondering if maybe they sat down and went, look, this is gonna be a part of the conversation no matter what if we release it now, but maybe the movie has, a better message or something that is also relevant, and we just haven't seen it play out yet.
Knowing his writing, in terms of his storytelling, like, he makes jokes in his stand-up bits about anything and everything. Like, he'll go like crazy with those jokes.
Nothing is sacred.
But in terms of his storytelling, he tends to keep it more on the real side. Like, I don't think I'd walk away from this film being like, he was making fun of, old Hollywood producers taking advantage of young girls. I don't think he would make light of it. I don't think at the end of the day he'd be like, it's funny,
Yeah.
And so
who cares? Boys will be boys.
Yeah, exactly. Interesting experience there. Subscribe to The Real Rejects. Click the notification bell so you always get notified when one of our videos is out. John Humphrey on Twitter and Instagram. I'm at the Greg Alba. You can check out our Patreon. Become a Patronaject today.